Without a doubt, Sonic Adventure 2 is the high point in Sonic's transition to 3D. It is a game without flaws, and to this day I can't understand why Sega hasn't released Sonic Adventure 3, preferably on a Dreamcast 2. It would be a blockbuster console of epic proportions and Sega would make millions. Instead, they followed up with Sonic Heroes, featuring a half-baked team mechanic and a streamlined story not worthy of the Sonic name. After this, things took a darker turn as Sega released Shadow the Hedgehog on an unexpected populace. The main gimmick, of course, is guns. Yeah, no lie, guns. For some reason, Sega determined the Sonic franchise was losing its luster and needed to add back some of the edge, and that put Sonic the Hedgehog on the map. I can't even begin to describe how incredibly lame this all is. There has never been a gun in a Sonic game before, and it has no place in the universe. In fact, I can't think of a single 3D platformer that has successfully used guns as a main combat gimmick. It just cannot be done. The other thing Sega really screwed up is the story. Again, I can't help but think how amazing the story was in Sonic Adventure 2. The writing was absolutely perfect and did a wonderful job giving backstories to the new characters, as well as giving real character growth to our heroes. The Sonic series has always been about deep narrative, and it's a shame Shadow the Hedgehog doesn't carry this tradition. Instead, aliens transcend from the skies to wreak havoc on Earth. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. They couldn't bring back Chaos? What about Gerald Robotnik and the blonde girl? What about top secret government agencies and space stations? Instead, we get aliens. It's also worth mentioning there is only one playable character, Shadow. Now, I don't know about you, but the best part of the Dreamcast era of Sonic games was the abundance of characters and gameplay types. Be it racing with Tails, treasure hunting with Knuckles and Rouge, the mech stages with Gamma and Eggman, fishing with Big, snowboarding, sandboarding, bumper cart racing, and of course the Chow Gardens. Sonic Team never ran out of ways to keep us entertained. Shadow the Hedgehog gets rid of all of that awesomeness, and all we are left with is the dreaded speed stages. While racing through the levels featuring a great frame rate, a nice camera, grind rails that don't absolutely suck, I can't help but wonder how epic this game would have been if Sega hadn't removed all of the awesome variety that was a hallmark of his triumphant return. So, with the aliens and guns out of the way, you might be asking yourself, what is Shadow the Hedgehog actually like to play?